Bonjour! Since we're getting ready for our test, today we're going to practice transition words. These are words and phrases that we've learned last year, all about how to go from one idea to another or one part of a sentence to another, mostly ideas. So to find them here, I'd like you to copy down this definition in your notebook. So if you don't have your notebook, go get your notebook and a pen or pencil, and then come back. We're going to copy down this transition words definition. Transition words, and this is just my definition, you won't necessarily find this in a dictionary. Transition words are words or phrases that transition from one idea in a sentence to another idea, or from one thing to another thing. So they're kind of changing direction in the sentence a little bit, adding detail, saying more about something than the basic part of the sentence. So, for example, I study after dinner. I study, that's the main event, right? That's what's happening in the sentence. After is a transition word because it's going to add more. It's going to transition us to more information, right? So we're studying. Now I know not only that we're studying, but we're studying after dinner. So that's why I call it a transition word. Sometimes I call them Big Mac words. You'll hear me say that a lot. Why do I call them Big Mac words? Because, dun, 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 let's take a look at a Big Mac and let's compare it to a Happy Meal burger. Let's look at that Happy Meal burger. Look how sad it is, right? It's a really thin little bun with a little tiny patty, and it's got a little bit of ketchup and a little bit of mustard and a little pickle and a little bit of onion. That's it. It's this tiny little thing. It's maybe an inch tall. Take a look at a Big Mac. And there's even bigger Big Macs now. I know they make Super Big Mac or Big Mac Supreme or I don't know something. But this Big Mac is fantastic because it has 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and sesame seed bun. Special sauce on a sesame seed bun. So 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. That's what it is. I learned that when I was a kid because it was on the commercial. Anyway, so look at that Big Mac. It has lots and lots of information in it. If that were a sentence, that would be the kind of sentence I want to see you write, where you're not just telling me, I run. You're telling me, I run when it's sunny. I run when it's sunny at the park. I run when it's sunny at the park with my friends. I run when it's sunny at the park with my friends because I like to run. That's a Big Mac sentence. I run is a Happy Meal sentence. A Big Mac sentence is, I run when it's sunny at the park with my friends because I like to run. See the difference? We want Big Mac sentences. That's how we get A's in French 3-4. Okay, these are the transition words and phrases that we need to know. We should have already encountered these. If you're not sure about some of them, we're going to go over each one. I'd like you to be sure to write down the ones you're going to need to remember that you don't know already. Some of them are a little pushing the boundary of what a transition word is, but they can be helpful anyway to make our sentences Big Mac sentences. That's why I don't usually use the word transition so much. I tend to use the word Big Mac. So the questions that Big Mac sentences answer are on the left, right? So you're going to be asking yourself for each sentence. I'd like you to write this down too. Just copy this red column down. Not in your vocabulary, but just a list of questions that you're asking yourself. When you write a sentence, who? Who does the action? Who gets the action done to them? What is the action? What is the thing? What's there? What's happening? Where is it happening? Why is it happening? When? Time, weather, season. How is it happening? With whom? Who else is there? So these are the questions we want to be answering in our Big Mac sentences. Obviously, you might not answer all those questions in one sentence, but you want to be aiming toward those pieces of information. Let's go through our words. Say them after me and we'll say what they mean. The first one, a, and it means and, exactly. Next one, répéter, aussi, means also or to, aussi. Très mal, we know this one, très mal, very bad, exactly. The next one we should know, souvent means often. Say it after me, souvent, souvent. You're going to have to press pause probably to copy some of these down if you're not sure about them. Toujours means always. Everyone say it, toujours, toujours. Le weekend, on the weekend. So you can add that for any activity, really, right? Le weekend. Rarement, répétez, rarement. Rarement. Rarely. Parce que. Parce que. Because. Répétez, beaucoup. 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 A lot, right? Assez bien. Assez bien. Bien means good, right? Assez bien means pretty good. Pretty good. Fairly good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Assez bien. Pretty good. Not great. Assez bien. Après ça means after that. Say it after me. Après ça. Après ça. D'habitude means as a habit, often, usually. We don't really have an exact word for that in English. Say it after me. D'habitude. D'habitude. Sometimes is de temps en temps. Répétez, de temps en temps. De temps en temps. A little bit is un peu. Répétez, un peu. Un peu. Badly, mal. Mal. You should be saying these all after me. We know avec. What does avec mean? Right, it means with. How about mais? What does mais mean? That's right, it means but. You should all know that. Bien. What is bien? Good. Alors. Alors means then or next or so. Actually, it really means so. Put so down. Say it after me. It's alors. Alors. Puis is then or next. Répétez. Puis. Puis. After is après. Après. Then is ensuite. Répétez. Ensuite. Ensuite. And when is quand. 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 So when you're taking your test, obviously you don't know all of these words off the top of your head. You don't need to use all of them in one test, right? That's a lot of extra words. But you definitely need to be using transition words or Big Mac words. Whether you use the shorter ones or the longer ones or the older ones, the newer ones, it doesn't matter. But when you take a test, I'm paying attention to how much of those you actually use. So I need to see a lot of transition words. We're going to practice these words now to make sure we really understand how to use them. So I'd like you to turn to a new sheet of paper. So the back of the paper you're on now, or just a blank sheet of paper. And on the left of your paper, I'd like you to number every other line. So if you look how I numbered this one, right? Every other line, one, I skipped a space. Two, I skipped a space. Three, I skipped a space. You're going to go all the way to the bottom, which is going to go further than I can go here, right? So number, space, number, space, number, space, number, space. Because what you're going to do is, well, let's go ahead and do that first. Press pause while you number. Now, what you're going to do is I'm going to give you a sentence and you're going to copy it from the screen. So in the example, the sentence I gave was, the sentence I gave was, what just happened? That's the second time that's happened to me this week. Strange. Okay, so what you're going to do is I'm going to give you a sentence and you're going to have le garçon mange, for example. And you would just copy from the screen, le garçon mange. Then in the next line, you're going to rewrite the sentence, putting in some transition phrases or just some new words. This transition would be avec sa famille. That's Big Mac language because it's telling you not just that he ate, but he ate with his family. The other thing you added was un sandwich. So you're not just saying the boy is eating, you're saying what he's eating and who he's eating with. So I'll give you a sentence, you'll copy it next to the number. Underneath that, you're going to rewrite it to make it a Big Mac sentence. And that's how it's going to cover your whole paper. So let's get started. The first one is Daniel étudie. So you're going to write Daniel étudie next to the one, and underneath it, you're going to add all sorts of interesting and exciting Big Mac sentences. Okay, I'm sorry. I paused too long. Let's go on to the next one. L'homme joue. So look at the sentence, copy it down, press pause to write your sentence, and press play when you're done. Do that for each one. Okay, numéro 3. Le prof travaille. Numéro 4. L'élève parle. Numéro 5, Lola dîne. Numéro 6, Marianne ne danse pas. Numéro 7, Jean visite Paris. Numéro 8, Anna nage. Numéro 9, we missed a number there. Okay, well, il travaille. Okay, the numbers are getting really off here. This should be number 10. Numéro 10, je chante. Numéro 11, la dame regarde la télé. Numéro 12, Philippe voyage. Numéro 13, up, we're done. We only had 12. Excellent. So now it's time to go off to do Google Docs, and then you're going to make a flip grid where you read your Big Mac sentences to me so I can see how you have made them better and better and better by adding more information. So with that in mind, I'm going to press this fancy button here and say au revoir. Have a wonderful day, and don't forget to study for your test that's coming up.